I yield to the ranking member for a few seconds.
Yeah, I just want to enter into the record a letter that was sent to the chairman from the secretary on September 22nd, talking about this and his willingness to testify, as well as a letter that was sent to the chairman on September 23rd, where the Department of Justice has concluded that the committee may not constitutionally compel the secretary to appear due to as doing so would prevent the secretary from fulfilling the president's directive to represent the United States at a major diplomatic event.
Thank you.
To Mr. Sherman.
Without objection, as so ordered.
This is political theater. You know it because of when it's happening. And you know it because if you're watching us here, you're probably watching on Fox News, which did not cover the hearings of this committee when we dealt with Sudan or Ukraine or Tigray or the budget of the State Department. This is political theater. The Secretary of State came before this committee just months after we withdrew from Afghanistan and answered the questions that supposedly we want to ask him again. He was succinct. He said, "We inherited a deadline. We did not inherit a plan." And he reminded us that 5,000 of the Taliban's best fighters were released during the Trump administration at the demand of Donald Trump. But why the political theater? It is to hide, and the person we should have testifying perhaps is Donald Trump or his Secretary of State, because we saw the greatest failure in recent American foreign policy in Afghanistan under Trump. For 4 years, we waged war and we accomplished nothing except the opportunity to sign a surrender document on his way out the door. And Donald Trump knew that the withdrawal would be difficult, so he left that for his successor. That surrender document put the Taliban in complete control of Afghanistan, had no mechanisms to prevent that. Now, you can say that at least under Obama, we accomplished one thing in Afghanistan. We got Osama bin Laden. What do we get out of Trump? We got 4 years of Americans dying and tens of billions of dollars of our equipment flowing into Afghanistan and then being spread out over a country the size of Texas where it could not be recovered. But remember this, 13 of our soldiers died in the withdrawal, but at least we accomplished an incredibly difficult withdrawal and got 100,000 others out. What did we accomplish from Trump except delaying the surrender from 2017 to 2020? And during that period, 63 Americans died, not to accomplish a withdrawal, but for nothing. They died for nothing under Donald Trump. And 57 of those coffins came back to the United States without Donald Trump having the guts to be there for the dignified return, the dignified transfer. 4 years, dying, billions of dollars out of our treasury, billions of dollars worth of our equipment spread all over a country we're not going to control. All to sign the same surrender agreement that we could have signed in 2017. Now, that agreement does provide that the Taliban obligates itself not to be a center of terrorism. Well, they're obligated to do that anyway. No country in this world is allowed to actively participate in killing civilians by the thousands in another country. That's an act of war. And oh, by the way, even that obligation has no enforcement provisions. 4 years of dying. 4 years for nothing. 63 of our soldiers dead. 57 of them returned without the president being there. No apologies to the families, and he got us the same deal that was available in 2017. That's why Donald Trump is not here to testify about his enormous failure in Afghanistan. And that is why the majority needs political theater to redirect the attention of America. I yield back.
Any further discussion? Mr. Perry is recognized.
Well, thank you, Mr. Chairman. I take no joy in listening to my colleagues on the other side of the aisle admitting that they always plan to surrender.